Here we go. It is 8 o'clock on the husband,
The wife,
the issues. Wa alaikum salam. Sister Tamara, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Body
thank you
Shopper, thank you
Renee.
for joining. This is, as we said, the husband,
the wife,
the issues. Today's is a cool topic. It was hot. It was all in the media. But before we get into today's topic, the wife, Aqueelah, who you can find on Twitter,
and Mary Posa.
We'll go over the house rules. Let's go.
Yeah, so today is a very touchy topic. So we just want to let you all know. Not that kind of touchy.
My bad.
But so we just want to let you all know that we are students. We don't claim to be experts or gurus of any kind. We're just sharing our opinion of what's going on and what's happening based on the teachings that we've been given and based on our personal opinions as well.
Yes.
So please feel free to ask questions, to dialogue with us. Please keep it clean. Make sure that you're respectful, of course, but please ask questions, be a part of this. Make sure you give us those hearts. Share with your followers and your friends. Invite others. And if you have nothing to say, just keep on giving us those hearts.
Yes, there we go. Giving the hearts. Thank you. Oh, my frat brother Barry just joined. Ow to my frat brother. Hey, tonight I was in the building. Yeah, so today, when was it? Ayesha Curry, the wife of Stephen Curry. Stephen, Stephen if you're white, Stephen if you're black, Stefan in some cases in certain hoods. Wife made some comments, some Twitter comments. We're gonna read her tweets. What got everybody up in
Thank you for sharing.
Everybody was just mad. So
yeah, let's read them.
All right. First tweet went off at 11:52, December the 5th, and she said, "Everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one who matters." Then she followed up, "Just looking at the fashion trends, I'll take classy over trendy any day of the week. And all I'm doing is sitting here reading Style Weekly. You guys definitely entertain me, that's for sure." So those comments
are controversial.
Are very controversial. So we wanted to take on the issue because a lot of women, a lot of feminists just stormed our dear sisters and talked about it. So we said, you know what? Let's do it. Also, don't forget, like our YouTube channel, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out our website,
thehusbandthewife.com.
Sign up to our newsletter where you get exclusive everything. Black businesses of the week, everything. We're sending them out. So, Aqueelah, being a woman now, this is quite interesting because a lot of women came out and said she's being oppressed. This is oppressive. She's crazy. Why would you want to cover your body? I'm exaggerating, of course. But
no, he's not.
That was said. So, speak on it. What's really good? Oh, also, please share your comments.
Yes, as well. So the thing is, I thought it was really, really weird that people were saying things like she is shaming and she's making people feel bad, but she was literally just giving her own opinion about what she chooses to do. She chooses to wear more clothes than the trends because she wants to, keep what she looks like for her husband, for her man. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I was really, really surprised that all of the feminists who were attacking what she was saying about making people feel shame because of what they're wearing, but I just didn't see it like that at all. So what did you think about it?
Well, listen. Be honest with you. Ayesha didn't say anything wrong. Be honest. Let's just keep it real. She just said everyone's into barely wearing clothes. I mean, let's keep this fact straight. You go through the mall. I know when I go through the mall with my wife as a brother, I know we're taught in Islam and our faith to lower your gaze. Let me tell you something. It is very hard to lower your gaze when you walk through the mall in America because all you see are booty shorts and everything. Now, some people are saying that these feminists are hurt, bitter, and they're just scorned because, she, said some things because a lot of women like to wear the things that have the butt cheeks hanging out. That's the new style. Now, I don't see anything wrong with what Ayesha Curry said. She's only encouraging the fact that, listen, I don't like to show my body while I'm dressed. I like to actually cover up for my husband. Now, I don't know what brother is mad or will be mad at the fact of a woman covering herself. Now, I got a question. You are covered.
I love what you said.
Do you feel oppressed?
No, and it's funny. I actually feel more free being covered up than I ever did when I was wearing the tight jeans. I mean, I grew up in Islam, so I never did anything like, I guess, too crazy. According to the world, they would think that I grew up and I was pretty modest the whole time. But like I still wore tight jeans and things like that. And well, just to address the one point that you made, I think what the feminists, the problem that they had with it was that they feel like they're being told what they can and can't wear. And shouldn't we as women be free to choose what it is that we want to wear?
Yes, I agree. You should choose what it is that you want to wear. But here's the question. Here's the thing. There are consequences that come with looking a certain way. Now, is it fair to be judged based on what a person wears?
Well, the thing is, I think that we have to really understand that it's much deeper than your personal choice. Of course, you can always choose what you want to wear. Yeah, you can. Okay. But like you said, there are consequences for it. Now, if what was that comedian's name?
Dave Chappelle.
Yes, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, he did a good one.
He made the comment like,
Dave Chappelle
if
did
you
a
see
good
somebody
one.
wearing a police officer uniform and there's a robbery, that you're gonna go to that person and say, are you gonna do something about this happening? Like, there's a robbery, and then the person who's wearing this police officer's outfit saying, "Why are you looking at me? What's your problem?" And it's because they're wearing a police officer's outfit. Now, we have to think about the way that our bodies as women were actually created to be attractive to men and to bring certain thoughts and things into his mind. And as a woman, you can either elevate or lower the conversation when you walk into the room.
That is very
and
true.
We have to understand that if I want somebody to respect me for who I am, then I have to show them who I am, not what I look like.
That is very true. Because now we gotta put this in layman terms, what she just said. Now, for the brothers who can relate to the brothers in the room, if a group of guys are talking about some business, who in the corner, talking about business, say we're gonna talk about building the next black empire. A fine sister, walk by with some booty shorts on, just casually walk by with the hips swing left to right. Everything's looking right. We will stop our conversation and be so totally distracted just to look at her. But however, that does not mean she has gained our respect. It's just a matter of, because like you said, God made the woman's body attractive. And that is
somebody said you are so descriptive.
That is. I had to make sure y'all can see where I'm coming from because this is a real life situation. So yes, God has made the woman's body so attractive, but at the same time, He placed our responsibility on her in her wear and her dress. What you think?
Yes, I think that as women, we have to understand that our power isn't our sexual attraction.
Oh wow, and where is it then?
The power is actually the way that we use our minds and our creative power to get things done and to do things in our own nature. It's not to get which man to look at me this way or that way. To me, I honestly don't want men that are not my husband looking at me thinking I'm sexy. For what? Why would I want that from a man that is not my husband? And to me, I've actually had I remember when, this was before I really embraced the whole modesty, also wearing more loose clothes and things like that. When I was in college, I remember walking home from the train station by myself, and I had my headphones on, and some guy came up to me and was like, trying to talk to me, but I was tired. It was a long day. I was just trying to get home.
You had tight jeans on?
So, yeah, I did. I had on tight jeans. And so I just ignored him, but I had my headphones in, so I didn't realize that he was still trying to talk to me. He followed me all the way from the train station to my dorm, and I didn't realize he was there because I was just in my own little world. I just was kind of like, just leave me alone. He didn't. He just came and followed and followed. I didn't realize he was there until I was at the dorm. Then I was trying to play it off like that wasn't my dorm, but trying to go somewhere else. And it was, to be honest, I acted cool about it, but it was really scary. It was like 6 blocks.
All right. Now, some feminists will say, okay, Now, what about street harassment? They will say women do not deserve to be harassed because they dress a certain way. I agree 100% with that statement. However, there are consequences though. It's like not putting yourself in a bad situation. For instance, if I know that, look at I'm a black male, it's a white neighborhood, it's getting dark, I have the right to walk through any neighborhood I want, correct, as a person. But if I know the atmosphere that we're living in and the tension that is surrounding this atmosphere that is feeding the minds and the attitude of the people, I'm not gonna put myself at risk to walk through a white neighborhood to run across some vigilante like what's his name? Who shot Trayvon Martin? George Zimmerman, and now I'm dead. All because, I have the right to walk wherever I want to walk. I do have that right, but we have to use common sense not to place yourself in a bad situation. Your parents tell you that all the time. Don't put yourself in a bad situation by hanging with the wrong crowd. So, street harassment. I mean, how do you feel about that? What's really good with street harassment?
Yes, that is actually a very...
Do women bring it upon themselves?
Well, see, the thing about that is I want to be careful about saying that women bring it about on themselves, because no woman wants to be catcalled and whistled at and said... No, it doesn't make you feel good, because you're not some like horse or some dog that you should whistle at and then they come towards you. You're a human being. So I would give the instance of that video they showed a little while back where a lady was walking down the streets in New York and they were showing a video of what happened to her.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was wearing a Muslim garment and nobody said anything to her. She just walked. And I can attest to that 100% when I started to change and really wear not just covered up but looser clothing, because you're actually, like I tell my friends this all the time, you're free to move about the country basically once you become modest, because people just don't bother you. And it's not that men won't say anything to you at all, it's just that they don't say things that are derogatory to you. They don't say things that are just rude, and just, you don't get treated like a person as a woman when you're dressed inappropriately.
Someone asked, some do seek that attention due to the lack of knowledge of self and low self-esteem.
And see, I would so agree to that, because women are so used to being mistreated and people just saying all types of negative things like, hey, I mean, some people think that being called sexy is cool and nice, but I would much rather someone say you're beautiful. I remember when I started dressing modestly, that was the thing I was worried about. I was like, oh, men are not going to want to talk to me anymore. They're not going to pay attention to me. They're only going to be looking at the girl with the booty shorts. But that wasn't true. It was the caliber of men that changed. Now men...
good point.
Yeah, now men started approaching me saying, oh, I love the way you carry yourself. You are such a nice person. You're such an intelligent person.
So the caliber of men... It's not that your men attention didn't fade away.
No, men are always going to be attracted to women.
Yeah, so, especially if she looks good. Dress modesty or not, if a woman looks good, we should lower our gaze. But if she looks good, you think in your mind, this looks good. So it does. I'm not gonna lie, as a brother, it does affect the way I approach a woman. In my days in school, if a woman looked a certain way, I had certain thoughts, and that's why I was acting on those thoughts. So I was acting on impulse. Mm-hmm. So it's only natural. That's why they say don't think with the head below, because that will get you in trouble. So we got to be real on this issue, because we can't tiptoe around the facts of a woman. It does start with her, and the way she carries herself does have affected the way I approach. Like, I didn't approach my wife the way I approached girls when I was in the frat party after hours. No, wasn't happening. The way she dressed told me she had a level of respect. Like, you better come to me straight.
Right.
You about to say something?
Yeah, I was just thinking about there recently were some articles that came out about two different gentlemen. One was on Media Takeout, and this older gentleman, he went after some Arab store owners because they continually disrespected his wife.
That's right. He did.
So, and let me just mention this comment. Someone just said, Christabel just said that if you dress in a trashy way, that's what you'll attract. And it's true that you attract what you're presenting. It doesn't mean that that's what you want to attract, but you have to think about if you're showing a man what you look like, your body, you're putting those thoughts and things into his mind. So that's what you're going to get out of his conversation. You've lowered your chances of him trying to seek what's in your mind because you're showing him your body.
So I think it goes back to women. So it looks to me like I got a question. So are women in a dilemma? You want men attention, but you're confused on how to get it, and you want the attention to be treated like a human being. But however, the way you dress, if you dress provocative, it doesn't bring out that God-like or nature in a man to give you that attention.
Yeah, like we keep saying that we want a good man or we want somebody that we can talk to and things like that. But you have to give a man a chance to get to know your mind. Don't just give him everything that that every woman has. That's the thing you have to understand. You got to be special in order to, women want to get married, they want to be chosen. Be special then. Show him something that's uniquely you that nobody else has. Exactly. Don't give him anything. Exactly. Give him.
Don't give him anything.
Give him some conversation. Give him some conversation. See what's his.
A brother need a hint.
No, don't give him anything. Don't give him anything.
I can't taste it.
No.
I can't test drive the car.
No, definitely not.
Oh man.
So, but anyway, back to the media.
Get a warranty, brothers. Get a warranty.
Be quiet. He's married.
Back to media takeout.
So media takeout. This black man goes to the Arab store owner because they were disrespecting his wife, and he actually put his hands on the store owner. And the question was, did we agree or not with what happened? The man actually said to his wife that he wanted to take his wife in the back, and he was very lewd about the kinds of things that he wanted to do to this man's wife. So this black man went up to the store owner and said, you're not going to talk to my wife like this anymore. I'm not going to take this. You can call the police if you want. He actually put his hands on the man. So what do you think about, as a brother, what do you think about that?
Here's the thing that gets me, and that's a good point, and what you were telling. Here's the thing that gets me. Every man know, all right, once we get it with a woman, you look at it and all that, you go all these crazy thoughts in your mind. Soon as you have a daughter, or the thought of you having a daughter, the reason why we as men get mad because we know the things men think. And you don't want that to be done to your daughter. And that's the thing I think a lot of women should look at. Look at how men become very, we become protective when we have a daughter. Why? Because we understand that what goes on out there and what the danger of it that comes with it when you're dressed a certain way. So you want to protect your daughter from what? Those men that are thinking below. Now, the brother who was protecting his wife, he had every right to protect his wife and to be mad at a man coming at her disrespectfully. Now, of course, he should ask his wife is, he should look at how she might have left the house. Not saying that is right, that what the man said is true. But how much did she have a role to play in it as well? Because there's two sides to every story.
Yeah, and see, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about how women dressing modestly, you actually put a level of protection over your husband as well, because a man that loves you will fight and kill for you. So if somebody is disrespecting you because of the way you're dressed, you're causing this innate protection that a man has for you to come out. And he didn't necessarily have to get in that fight if you were dressed modestly. The other guy,
we had another incident with a guy was out with his girlfriend, and she was dressed, I guess on today's standard, sexy. Might have had some buns out, tight skirt, tight top. And another man, touched his girlfriend's booty?
Yep.
And this guy ended up dying because he was trying to fight the guy who disrespected his woman. Now, that could have been prevented, maybe not, but I'm willing to say it could have been prevented if the woman may have chosen maybe a different outfit, might have went the Ayesha Curry route.
Right, and see, that's the thing. We have this young man, he's gone now. He was trying to defend his girlfriend. Now she doesn't have him. He doesn't have his life. The other guy's in jail now because of the situation. And we have to think about it the thing that I guess I don't like that I see sometimes when we have these conversations between women and feminists or not feminists or whatever side you stand on is I feel like we have to be more family orientated. This guy is this black man who was defending her honor is gone now. It's over something stupid that probably could have been avoided completely. But we have to understand that power wars are fought over women. If we want to look through history, so we have to understand that we're not just women are not just we're not just
I've seen guys
pieces of meat that should be displayed, or a trophy that should be displayed to everyone. You're a human being, and you want people to see you as a human. That's why I love modesty. Honestly, that's the main reason, because I want to be treated as a human being.
Now, when some people hear women need to cover up, they may think about, some of our Muslim brothers and sisters in the East who may only show one eye. So exactly, what is modesty though? What is modesty?
So modesty isn't just about the way you dress; it's also the way you carry yourself. But it's modesty to me is really a protection. It's not something that is oppressive or anything like that. My husband doesn't pick my outfits. He doesn't tell me, "Oh, you can't." I have
not
my
the
standards.
Ones the people see.
Oh my gosh. My husband. Anyway, yeah, he's handing out turtlenecks for Christmas.
We got a comment. Someone said they're handing out turtlenecks for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, it's so funny because so modesty isn't about trying to oppress someone or making sure. You know what, the Quran it mentions that. I want to get the quote right. I'm not going to quote it exactly.
Yes, that's a great comment. I'm sorry, Cleo. There's more to modesty than dress. I was thinking that. I was going to let my wife finish, because to me, modesty starts with the attitude. It starts with the spiritual principles of correction, of cleanliness. Because they say cleanliness is godliness, not next to, is godliness. So that's what I thought about. Modesty is actually an attitude that leads to you to dress a certain way.
And like I was saying, in the Quran, it talks about how that a woman should cover her adornment so that she could be known and not bothered. And I was just thinking about street harassment. That's a perfect example of what that means. Like, if I'm wearing modest clothing when I walk down the street, I'll be known. People will see me, but they won't harass me. They won't bother me. And I just think about how deep that is. It's not about trying to oppress somebody, but it's about and you know what? That's the thing too. It's not. There was this word shame kept being mentioned, that Ayesha was trying to shame people, and it's not shame. It's just private. Like, certain things are private. You don't go around saying how much you make. $100,000. No.
For 2 mixtapes?
No. Exactly.
Yes, I agree with Tamara, Sister Pamela. I definitely agree with those comments that they just expressed. But yes, modesty is what you just saying again about modesty? Sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Slut shaming. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's, and then, okay, let's be honest, people. I had mentioned this in the show before too, about how women and men are not the same when it comes to sex. I was talking about the attachment hormones and things that we have. Nobody wants to be considered a slut or a whore or anything like that, male or female. That's not something that you want. So we need to stop acting like that is the thing to do or the thing to be, and that it's cool. It's not. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to find the person that, and yeah, soul ties are real. Exactly. You will be attached to all these people, and you wonder why some people go crazy after having slept with a bunch of people. Not saying that you can't ever come back from that, but everybody wants to find the person that they're supposed to be with and have somebody that's on their team that they can spend their life with. So we need to stop acting like that kind of thing is good and that we should uplift. I'm sexually free. No, ma'am. No, sir.
All right, we have about 5 minutes left because we are ending at exactly 8:30. Oh. 30-minute program. So
I wanted to say a knowledge dart.
Knowledge dart is a moment of enlightenment of a fact that you may or may not have known. Each show, we pride ourselves in giving a couple knowledge darts. So we have a knowledge dart moment from the wife. I can't wait to hear this fact. Let's go. Knowledge dart.
So women, I should say girls, start feeling self-conscious about their body at 5 years old.
Wow.
You know why? Because all they see are these fake images of women's bodies all the time, and they don't look anything like it.
Looks pretty real to me.
Well, that's the problem. It's in cartoons. It's on TV.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then,
even Roger Rabbit, my favorite TV show or cartoon, the girl I couldn't believe she was a cartoon. Like, whoa.
And it's not real. Like, people don't, like, the proportions.
Go Roger Rabbit.
A lot of times the proportions of the bodies are not even humanly possible. We talk of, like, bam, bam, bam. That's not real. That's not real. So, and then.
So we have 5 minutes left of our program. So my final question: are you in agreement with our sister Ayesha Curry? Do you agree, yay or nay, with what she said?
Well, I agree, and yeah, somebody stop this man. I agree, and I really appreciate her husband as well, because he didn't feel the need to necessarily go in or anything. He just, took a picture of his wife and he said, my wife, the instigator. And I thought that was really nice, because it just shows, he's in solidarity with his woman, and he agrees. And I think that most women, I don't even talk about Roger Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit, yeah. So he agrees with what she's saying, and I think that any man that is with his woman, if he cares about her at all, he doesn't want her to just be out there.
Yes. So I'm going to side with my sister Ayesha Curry. She is, I definitely agree with her comments. I agree with the spirit of her comments and the nature of the comment. I mean, that's right. Just all the sisters, big up to all the sisters who are keeping it covered or keeping it for their husbands only, because not only are you protecting yourself, but you are also, as my wife mentioned earlier, you are also protecting the men that you are with in your lives, be it be brothers, nephews, uncles, or fathers. You are also protecting them, because that means I don't have to get into a fight and mess up this pretty face because you walked outside with your butt cheeks hanging out. Now I got the whole block staring, smacking, making all types of noises. So thank you to the modest women. You are also protecting your husbands, the men in your family. We appreciate you. So we had the last 3 minutes. We're going to give a shout out to the Black business of this week. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Black business this week. Soul Purpose by Sister Tamara. Yes, I tried her product at Savings Day, and it was amazing. I need to re-up. So if you're on my Periscope and Sister Tamara wants to go ahead and tweet or Periscope her business, her company, definitely support a Black business, but we're still boycotting Aqueelah.
Yes, it's all the way up until January 2nd.
So we are what?
So get comfortable.
With Jesus.
Down with Santa.
Exactly. So we're still boycotting and keeping it real, supporting the Black business. Mm-hmm. Any other announcements?
And it's still about justice or else.
Justice or else.
We have to be the or else.
Ooh.
And that doesn't mean we're going to act like, what's his name? Robert Louis Deere to be the or else. We are banding together as a community and spending our dollars with each other. That's how we are the or else.
Yes, be the or else. Because you know what? We fly high.
Or get flown over.
So again, thank you all for your time, for tuning in to The Husband,
The Wife,
The Issues. We appreciate it. And again, check out our website, thehusbandthewife.com. Also like our YouTube channel, The Husband,
The Wife,
The Issues. So again, thank you all. 30 minutes. Love you all for your time, and peace and blessings.
Yes, thank you everybody.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Out to my frat brother Barry. Represent. He is the frat brother of the year award at the in the MPC in Fort Lauderdale. So I want to give a big shout out to my frat brother for doing it big for the Iotas taking over in the building. So wa alaikum salam, and shout out to all the Muslims, Christians, our family, even all those who may not prescribe to a certain faith. Shout out to you.
Yeah, so make sure you give us those hearts, guys. Don't be afraid to touch.
Yes.